Hi. Oh, I should shut my window or you'll hear everything outside. Do you care? No. Okay. Don't. I'll hear everything out there anyways. Hello. What's up? Welcome back to my channel, as every classic YouTuber likes to say. I'm Jordan Lambert, and today we're going to be looking at all of my tattoos and explaining what they mean to me. I love my tattoos and I like showing them off, so what better way to show them off than take a video of them. This is gonna be super awkward because my viewfinder doesn't come out, so there's gonna be a lot of like fuck ups. Let's see how this goes. Oh, also that's why I'm wearing a see-through shirt. I'm not usually this like provocative, but because I have tattoos like here, I wanted to be able to show them without exposing more. So the first tattoo I got when I was 17, and I guess I'll explain them first and then show them, and if I can't get a good angle of it, then I'll just post a picture like here, you know? I don't have that many, and obviously I want more, but I guess for my age I do have quite a few because I'm only 19. From the second I knew what tattoos were, I knew I wanted one because my dad had a bunch of them and I always was so fascinated by them, and I always thought they were so cool. My parents ingrained in my head that if you're getting a tattoo, then you better have a meaning for it, or you better want it for the rest of your life, and you better know that you want it. I found one of my letters that he had written me when I found it at 15. He had written it to me when I was like 9 or 10 because he used to get up really early in the morning and have to go to work, and so he wouldn't see us for like the whole day basically, and whenever that would happen, he would write us letters and tape them on our doors as like a good morning, I love you. At the bottom it says my heart, XOXO, love dad. I got that photocopied and I brought that to the tattoo artist because I was 15 when I wanted it, and then at 16 I had photocopied it. When I was about to turn 17, I was like, Mom, I don't want anything from you for my birthday, I just want this tattoo. And there's no way I could ever regret it. It's his handwriting and it's his letter, it's his note to me, and she kind of realized that too. And because I wasn't asking for anything for my birthday, like nothing that she had to pay for, she just had to sign off on the like form because I was underage, and she agreed to it. So I paid for the tattoo, I paid for everything, but it like she signed off on it for me, and that was like the best birthday present. Right there. So then it has his birthday and death day underneath of it. And that's the botched heart. The tattoo artist asked me if he could fix the heart because he didn't want people thinking that it was his own doing. And I was like, no, I don't want you to fix it, but I'll make sure that everybody knows that you weren't the one who drew it, because I want people to know it's my dad's handwriting anyways. And at one point I was like lying on the table, and my friend was with me. She's the biggest klutz I've ever met. I still fucking love her though. So he's working on me, and then all of a sudden I feel a and it's because she fucking tripped and hit the table as he has the like tattoo needle on my leg. He slowly looks up, slowly looks over at her and goes, "There's a corner over there, stand in it." She like walked over and stood in the corner for the rest of the tattoo. Yeah, it was so funny. The second one I got them in the same session, and they're supposed to be together, but they're on different wrists. I'll hide all my other ones. So I got this guy. So it's a dot and a B, but a lot of people are like, why do you have a Q and then a period? Which I can't bend that way right now. But yeah, it's just a B and a dot. And that means stop and breathe. Because I had a really hard time with addiction and with my BPD. One of the things that helped my addiction subside was mindfulness, and using mindfulness to stop cravings and using mindfulness to make healthier relationships. I did DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy. It really did help a lot of things. It helped my relationship with my mom in ways that I can't even like begin to thank that group for. The dot and the B are stop and breathe is what it stands for, and it's also the logo for mindfulness in that program. And it's on my wrist because I used to get really frustrated and grab my hair. And so because if I grab my hair, it's right there in front of me, so I can see it right away and remember to stop and breathe. This guy is box breathing. So it's inhale for 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, and then relax for 4 seconds. I drew this, and I didn't think he was actually gonna use like my drawing. I thought he was gonna like type it up, but he actually just used my drawing for it. So that's why the 4s are kind of weird. I would have made it a bit better if I knew that, but it's not something that needs to look nice. It's not a design, it's just something that's a reminder for me. So that's the 2 on my wrist, which is the dot B and the 4s. Yeah, I'm a classic bitch with an elastic on my wrist. What you gonna do about it, son? The next one technically isn't the next one I got, but I got it in between me finishing one. So I'm just gonna put it before that tattoo, if that makes sense. Okay, cool. Thanks for understanding, guys. I don't know if you do or not. Anyways, so the next one is one right here on my side. And it's a rose. And this is probably the one that didn't have meaning. Like, it's just the one that I was like, I want someone's design on me. It was also, I wanted it because I was just really sad at that time. I asked my friend Allie to come with me and my friend Nick, because they're just, like, they were my prom dates and they've been my best friends the longest. And I knew Allie wanted a tattoo, and I know Nick kind of wanted one, but he's also really anxious and he didn't know what he wanted, so he didn't end up getting one, which I don't blame him. I just did it because I was depressed, and that's not excusing it. That doesn't excuse it, but I don't regret my rose still, because I knew I was gonna get a rose at some point. I knew I wanted a rose on me at some point. I just didn't know where and I didn't know when. And then that was just kind of like the perfect time to be like, okay, I want a rose, I'm gonna pick one and then put it on me. At least this way I'm hurting myself, but getting like something out of it that's gonna make me happy. So I'm not just hurting myself and then wallowing in the hurt kind of thing. I looked at a bunch of different tattoo stores and I didn't want to go to one that a bunch of people had gone to, because they're downtown Ottawa ones. And they're like main downtown, so everyone sees them and just goes there right away. So I didn't want to go there because it was a walk-in and I knew those places would be super busy. We went to this other place called, because the reviews were really good, but they did, like, there were some reviews being like the management's kind of shitty, but all the work that was done there was really good. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I got my rose and my friend got hers, and then we asked for the price, and it was wicked high. Like, it was stupidly priced for what we got, but we did stay past closing because the tattoos took so long. So because of that, we were like, okay, I get that. And also the tattoo artist who did mine, he was super nice and he didn't mind staying the extra little time. I was gonna get a vine because I was supposed to have a vine on it, and it was supposed to have a red tint to it. They charged me extra because they said I could come back and get that. After, they said wait 2 months because it needs to heal and everything, so I was like, okay. I waited 2 months and I called back the tattoo shop and I was like, I forgot to get that in writing. He seems like a douche. Like, I don't think he's gonna say that happened. And I was right. We called and we were like, yeah, so I was there a couple months back and we got a rose and a palm tree. You said that you would do the vine on my rose and the color to it on a different day, but I'd already paid you for it. He's like, that doesn't sound like something I'd do. I'm like, okay, well, the tattoo artist who did it for me said that's okay. And he was like, oh, who did it? I'm like, I don't know, you guys said he was new at the time, like he hadn't worked there for very long. He was like, yeah, he's gone. But it was 2 months later. He was the new guy and he left after 2 months. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not a good sign. So anyways, they ripped us off, like, really bad. And I was just like, fuck it. Like, I don't care. I know that I have better tattoo artists that will fix it for me. So, screw you. Hey guys, it's Editing Jordan. I just wanted to say that I'm complaining about the management. I'm not complaining about the artist. The artist was an amazing person and he did an amazing job on my rose. That's where the vine was supposed to go. I was supposed to start there and like wrap around down to here, but it did not. It is what it is, right? So, whatever, I just know not to go back there. My next tattoo, you guys have seen this whole time because I'm wearing a see-through shirt, is the Dragonflies. These 3 up here were the ones that I got first. So I got these 3 before the rose, and then the rest of them, because they go all the way around and then down to this side, those I got in a different session. So that's why that's why I'm putting them together in one, but that's why it was a confusing topic that I messed around with earlier. The Dragonflies actually have a huge meaning to me, like special meaning to me. My dad's side of the family has always had like, they've gotten like weird feelings. It's not like a crazy person thing, it's just them having like that sixth sense kind of thing. Especially when my dad died, like their feelings got a lot more heightened and a lot more intense, right? Because then they didn't just feel all the other energies around them, they felt his energy around them too. So that happened to her in a really strong way, but with Dragonflies, so she had a dream that my dad reincarnated as a dragonfly. I was like, haha, yeah, for sure, whatever. Like, you had a dream, cool. But then I went fishing with my cousin that same day, she told me, and when we were fishing, this big brown dragonfly followed us around the lake the whole time. Like there were other boats that passed us by. We passed by a bunch of stuff. We were fishing. We were like doing all these things, and that dragonfly never left our side. That's freaking weird. Like, dragonflies fly around, they don't stay with you. And then I started getting a lot more like presents and gifts of people giving me dragonflies without them even knowing that that was something that had just happened. And then I went back out on the lake with my cousin the next year. We saw a dragonfly in the water, and it was like struggling, like its wing was wet, so it was on the top of the water, and I could tell it was alive, it just couldn't move. So I like picked it up with my paddle, like I put my paddle in the water and like scooped him up kind of thing. And then I looked at my cousin and I'm like, you're paddling by yourself now, bitch, I'm taking care of a dragonfly. So he like paddled us around the whole time until the like dragonfly like dried off enough, and then it flew around both of us like in a figure eight a couple times and then flew away. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like that's crazy. After that, I just kind of like had a really big connection to dragonflies, because I'm just like, there's no way that she could have been lying after that many weird circumstances had happened. I wanted dragonflies on me because not just for him, but at that point it kind of represented like everybody in my life who had passed away, because my dad passing was like just the start of everything. So at this point I was just like, okay, well that's a lot of people that like I was either really close with or I was acquaintances with. And then oh my god, yeah, this tattoo's hard to explain because it's so many people, and that's why there's so many dragonflies, because it's for so many people. These 3 dragonflies were made for, like, the one on top is my dad, was what I was going for, and then I wanted more because I know I wanted more to represent everybody, so that's what these guys are for. And then it goes down, like, it's a little jar, and the 2 in them, one's green and one's pink, because my sister's favorite color is pink and my favorite color is green, and it's also our birthstone colors. The next 2 are a lot more lighthearted. Thank God. I've always been obsessed with Labyrinth. That's how I got introduced to David Bowie, was through Labyrinth, and that's my favorite movie other than Beetlejuice. I loved all of David Bowie's music. Like, he has a beautiful voice and he has an amazing style, and he's just incredible. I was like always listening to Queen and always listening to David Bowie, and then my biggest one was Nirvana, and like I always said that I was born too late because Kurt died 3 years before I was even born, which breaks my heart. Okay, yeah, so I was obsessed with Nirvana, Bowie, and Queen, and I wanted a way to represent them in one. So I got, oh, this is such an awkward angle. Yeah, so this is the crown for Queen, and then the Nirvana face and Ziggy Stardust. I don't like having a lot of colors in my tattoos. That's why I only have the red and blue and the red, or the pink and green. And I have one other colored one, but not all of it's colored, because I don't like having, I like them all being mainly black and white and then having like a hint of color. It's usually red. Red is the biggest color that I'm probably going to be getting, because that's the one that I have the most already. But yeah, so this next one is a Marilyn Monroe and Betty Boop tattoo. And I know this is kind of like weird to mix the 2 of them together, but my Nana was very much in love with the 2 of them. And also, I just think Marilyn Monroe is an icon, and Robert Kennedy killed her. Sorry, I didn't say that. I don't know what I just said. Also, because of my love of conspiracy theories, Betty Boop and Marilyn Monroe are both good examples of them. I guess Betty Boop's not a conspiracy because it was already proven that it's a fact, but the Marilyn Monroe is a conspiracy. Don't hold me to that. I might be lying. Oh yeah, I should show you the tattoo. Okay, it's like one of my favorites because it's super cute. Yeah, so it's Marilyn wearing Betty Boop's dress, in like Betty Boop fashion. So me mixing them together was for my Nana, but having both of them represented on me was for me. So my last tattoo, it was a really quick one that I did. It says Shay on it. And that's because that's what would call my friend. He was a brilliant and smart person that didn't think he was brilliant or smart and didn't want to apply himself to it. And he was just so funny and he was so great and he was like the most giving and like loyal person you'd ever meet. I'm skipping over the details, but in our relationship, just basically know we wanted what was best for each other but couldn't show it in the right ways. We ended up just disagreeing on something, which made a whirlwind of us treating each other poorly. And then, but like, we never stopped loving each other through that, and we made that clear, like, close to near when he passed. And then before I left, like, he said I love you, and I said I love you too. And that was like the last time I ever heard from him. And I found out. Fuck, I didn't realize that I was gonna cry this much. And I found out. And it fucking crushed me. Because we had distanced ourselves from each other for like about a year at that point. Like almost a year at that point, I guess. So he already wasn't in my life for like a long time. But I still wanted him there and he still wanted to be there. And that's what hurts. It's like we could have gone back to the way we were. Like we could have gone back. And everything could have been fine. And I want to remember it. Him as like I just want It was a month before his birthday and he was gonna turn 18. He was gonna turn 18. So I tend to try and get tattoos that mean something to me. A lot of them do. They'll have a story behind them or a purpose to them. And I love all my tattoos. And I wouldn't give any of them up. And I wouldn't give up any of my experiences with the people that created the memories in them. I was really expecting this to be a lighthearted one. So that's funny. I was like, I'm gonna sit in front of the camera and make a video and it's gonna be all lighthearted and funny. It's gonna be all my tattoos. And then I'm like, all my tattoos are about depressing things. I don't have an exit yet. Exit-tro. Exit-tro. So here's my exit-tro. See ya later. I don't know when, because I don't know when I'm gonna do this again, because shit, this is work. So I can never just burp once.